When it feels like the world's falling down, I'll be there to lift you from the ground. Don't be afraid, just let me in, love me and down. How could I say your pain in the lies and all your secrets? I'll take them all, I'll be your keeper. Let's run away, no need to stay alone now.
Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I'm here doing Vlogintine. Y'all just work with me, y'all know what I'm saying. I'm here doing day 5, and I am doing the time I met Peyton Manning. It was like I don't remember. We went to the University of Tennessee Animal Hospital. Yeah.
Because we
I am telling a story. Excuse me. Went to the University of Tennessee Animal Hospital, where the veterinarians, I think at college, takes care of real life farm animals. So we went there and checked that out. I was in SOAR. SOAR was a youth program. I think it is now Thrive. I don't think it's SOAR anymore. But the founder of SOAR was Russ Smith. But I remember a little background on how I got into SOAR. I was in 5th grade, and he came. I think it was him and his wife. They came to the school. I went to Lonsdale Elementary, and so this had to be either the very end, like December of 97, or not 97, sorry. December of 94, or like January of 95. When they came to the school. And they came and they did a assembly. It was pretty much telling everybody that they are starting a youth program, and they would like it if the kids come, meaning, all of us at the school. And so yeah, so that was really fun. But then they told the teachers that because of so many kids in the school, and they don't have their own building or space, because they were going to use Cedar Springs Baptist Church out on Kingston Pike, and so they don't have a lot of space. So each class can pick 5 students out of their class. Now, I don't know how many kindergartens, how many first, how many second grades, but I was in 5th grade, and there was 2 5th grade classes. I think my teacher's name was Miss Stocks, and I think it was Miss Blackwell was the other 5th grade teacher. So my teacher was like, who wants to be in this youth program? Well, everybody in the class raised their hand. So then the teacher was like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm sending home permission slips, and then the first five people that turn it in tomorrow morning will be, like, that's the first five people. Well, we got there early, the whole class. And you know I would have had to really want it, because I skipped breakfast. I was like, I don't even want breakfast. I want this more than I want breakfast. And so, so everybody was standing at the door when she came, because, you know, her classroom was locked. So everybody was standing at the door waiting. And so she's like, well, I don't know who. She's like, I don't know who the first five people were. So she's like, this is what I'm going to do. I will make my decision at the end of class. So we were on our best behavior. We was good. Even Michael Quinn, even he was good. And I mean, he wasn't a bad kid. He was not nothing before he had his cup of coffee. And I know that sounds like a joke, like, ha ha ha. Like, you can't talk to me till I have my cup of coffee. No, really. He had his own coffee cup that the teacher bought him. And he get his first cup of coffee. And he's straight. Now, we were in 5th grade. Yes. He wasn't nothing until he had his first cup of coffee. So that was funny that he, he drank coffee. Sorry. So everybody was good that day. And so when we and so, like, at the end of class, the teacher was like, well, nobody got in trouble. Everybody did their work, all that. So she's just like, well, dang it, I don't know who to pick. So she said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm throwing up all the permission slips, and the first 5 permission slips to land on my desk, that's who the 5 people that's going. So I'm sitting here praying, and I'm like, God, please let it be me. I'm like, I need this, and I want this more than anybody. I don't know if I wanted it more than anybody, but God knew I needed it. He knew that I needed a distraction from home. So she's like, okay, the 5 students that I'm picking in no particular order is, and she's like, Jessica Moore, which I have 2 friends named Jessica Moore. I have Jessica Mincy Moore, that's white Jessica Moore, and then I have Jessica Moore, which she's black. White Jessica Moore is Moore by marriage. Her husband, last name is Moore. And then black Jessica, her daddy's last name is Moore. So she's Moore by birth. So, Jessica Moore, then I don't remember if JJ was in my class, but it was like JJ and Lily. I don't know. I don't remember who all was in my class. But then she got down to, like, the last person. And she's like, and the last person is Marquita. And I'm like, oh, yes. Like, I was so excited. I was like the 5th person. And I thought for sure I wasn't going to get picked, because I was like a new student, like been there for like a couple of weeks. If it was like January, it was like almost a month. If it wasn't January, it was like, no, it was like almost 2 months, because I'm going to say I started in November, like the beginning of November. And so this could be in December or January when this happened. So yeah, I was like a new student, and I didn't think I was gonna get packed. Excuse you. Stop. I'm making a video, and if that music is in my video, I cannot put it on YouTube for our friends to see.
Can I put on there?
No. Where's the headphones? Look, right here. There's perfectly good ones right there.
It's plugged in.
No, it's not plugged into mine. What are you doing?
Get that off.
Sorry, I was trying to think of where I was. So I didn't think I was gonna get picked. Well, I did get picked. So, like, we can fast forward a couple of months. And we went to, I'm gonna say this was 95. We went to the animal hospital. And, you know, because we was like doing a field trip. And I remember, I enjoyed seeing the animal hospital and all that. So then, from there, we went over to the indoor training gym for the football players. And I don't know if the football players were just coming and doing the regular indoor training, or if they heard that there's some kids down there. You know, like, I don't know what it was. And so yeah, so I don't know what it was. I don't know. And so, but they showed up. We were sitting there looking at the Hall of Fame and looking at the trophies and the plaques and stuff on the wall. And in walks the University of Tennessee football team, the Vols. In walks all the football players. And, of course, everybody is going ham. Oh my gosh, you're so-and-so. Oh my gosh. So I'm standing there because I, at that time, knew nothing about football. I was not into football as watching it, because I was into football, me wanting to play it, but I knew, like, I had no idea, like, what it, I had no idea while watching it, you know, so that didn't make sense to me. But I always wanted to play football, so I knew that, okay, you grab the ball, you gotta tackle, you gotta run. That was like my knowledge of it. But I definitely didn't know who any of the Vols players was. So they come in and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you know, and they're signing t-shirts and everything. So I'm standing there because I'm waiting to, because we were told that we get to go into the gym and run around and play. And I was excited because I'm like, I'm going to get to play football. And so I'm sitting there waiting for everybody to finish getting autographs, getting talked to, handshakes, and all that. And then all of a sudden, I just feel somebody like, cause I'm standing there, and then I just feel somebody like turn me around and starts writing on me. And so I look back, and I'm just like, excuse, like, I'm like really genuinely mad. I'm like peed to the high heaven. I'm just like, excuse you? Like who gave you permission first to even touch me? And why are you writing on me? It was Peyton Manning. I had no idea who he is. Now, Elvis Pelvis, that's what I call him, Elvis Pelvis. I did not give Elvis Pelvis the permission to write on me. So, like, I'm sitting on swole. I am mad. I'm ready to fight somebody. Because, like, I'm mad that... Because, like, I had on a white t-shirt. But I wasn't wearing a white t-shirt to get autographs. Because, like I said, I don't know if they knew that we were coming. Or if it was just a coincidence. If they didn't know we was coming, like, nobody, you know, they wouldn't have... What?
How's that gonna hurt?
So if they were, like, if we were wearing, we would have wore a white t-shirt, them, the one that won the autographs, if we knew that they were coming. So I don't know if they knew we were coming and we just didn't know, or if they didn't know, if it was just a coincidence. But I wore a white shirt, just a coincidence. Like, I wasn't wearing a white shirt to get no freaking autograph, to have some strange Elvis Pelvis dude. This is before I knew that he was Elvis Pelvis. And I call him Elvis Pelvis for this one reason. He is a pocket quarterback. Before he throws, he does a little hip gyrating little leg dance. And then he throws the football. And he have had 2 surgeries, Gary? 1 or 2 surgeries on his pelvis.
I don't know.
1 or 2 surgeries on his pelvis. And he was the University of Tennessee quarterback for 4 years. So, with all that, Memphis is in Tennessee. And he did a little Elvis jig, which that's what I call it. And he broke his pelvis twice and had to have surgery. So, Elvis Pelvis. That's why I call him Elvis Pelvis. He will always be Elvis Pelvis. He is retired and gratefully needed to be retired for writing on me. Come on now. Nobody gave him permission to write on me. So, that was that. So, we went in. I'm mad. We go in. We get to play a little bit of football with the players and everything. A few other plays. And so we leave. The first thing I did when I got in the house, I threw that shirt in the washer. I was just like, how dare... And I told my mom, I was like, some dude wrote on me. And she's like, well, did you tell him not to? I'm like, I couldn't. He already was like freaking done about time. I'm like, hold on now. So I know what some people are probably thinking, like, oh my gosh, that was Peyton Manning. You could have made $1 billion off of it now that he's retired. No. Still to this day, no. Not happening. I don't care. He's no Michael Jordan. Yes, I know Michael Jordan played basketball, but he's no Michael Jordan. Come on now. No. So, no, I would not have kept the autograph even after I found out.
Is it Dave Roethlisberger?
Huh?
Is he a Dave Roethlisberger?
Well, I just like the last name. But no, I wouldn't even want him to sign me. Like, my thing that I want back, and yes, y'all probably know about this rant already, but I'm giving it to you again. My Brian Luttrell's Heart Foundation shirt that I got for my 16th birthday when Backstreet Boys came to Knoxville, Tennessee. First time, and I don't even know if they came back again. But that's the one time that I have heard that they came to Knoxville, Tennessee, and it was my birthday, November the 29th, 2000 was the day that they came, or was it? No, it was not 2000. It was 99. November the 29th, 1999. Backstreet Boys, my band, came to Knoxville, Tennessee for my birthday. Yes, I know it wasn't for my specific birthday, but the coincidences was too much to not be destiny. And yes, I didn't get to go because I didn't clean my room. I had the money to get a front row backstage pass. I could have met Brian, and I could have been Leanne. That's his wife's name. I'm just saying. Beautiful kids. Beautiful kids. That's as far as I'm going with that. So, it was no Brian, because I had an autographed shirt. And y'all know how I feel about what happened to my shirt. I'm just saying. Choose my shirt or my mama. I do miss that shirt. Anyhow. See, now I'm all worked up over my shirt. Thank you, Gary. You got me all worked up over my shirt. He got me worked up over my... He knows how I feel. That's personal. It's personal. But anyhow, that's how I met Elvis Peppers. He wrote on me without my permission on my shirt. I had to sit there and freaking wash my shirt. But no, I don't have his autograph anymore. I don't have any proof because I don't even think... disposable... I was going to say, I don't even think disposable cameras was available. But, I mean, they was, but I'm saying not like now you can go to, like, Family Dollar and get a disposable. I think you... I don't know. Don't quote me. I was a kid. But that's how I met Peyton Manning. And I'm glad I don't have the shirt because I'm not really his fan. Like, I'm that type of person. If I don't mess with you on Monday, I'm not gonna fake and hang out with you on Tuesday. And, let me add this little story in there. It was one dude. I don't remember his name. I don't really care about his name. I didn't like him. And, when I lived in Western Heights, I had a deep freezer. I still got the deep freezer. It's in my kitchen. I had a deep freezer. And, I used to go to the Baptist Center. The Olive Garden used to donate like frozen stuff to the Baptist Center. And so, I was like, these Olive Garden meals. Because, like, sometimes it might be frozen lasagna. Sometimes it's frozen soup. Sometimes, like, you never know what it was until it unthaws. Like, it had the number on it. But I don't know what that means. But, so, like, it was a luck or the draw of what you was going to get. The best thing, one, was the lasagna. And then the second thing that I had from Olive Garden was, it was like this spinach. It was like, it wasn't spinach soup. I don't know what it was. Because it was white. And it was light. It wasn't thick like a dip. But it was like, I can't explain it. But it was like, I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to be like, like an Alfredo sauce. Like, I don't know. But I ate it with bread. That's how I ate it. If I knew that's what it was, I'll toast me up about 4 slices of bread and pour it over. Oh, and don't let me have any of that sourdough bread, like the real, yes, the thicker the better, because it just sopped up all that juice. So I had a deep freezer, and at that time, I think Olive Garden didn't donate to Second Harvest. So the Baptist Center didn't have it, so I didn't have any soup in my freezer. And so my freezer was basically empty. I had, a couple loaves of bread in there. And this dude, like Niecy asked me, that was my friend. Or she's my friend. I don't know why I said was. She's my friend. She was like, oh, well, if so-and-so, or can we use your deep freezer, because so-and-so wants to have a cookout. And so I was like, yeah. I don't know why they sent her over, because I could tell her no as quick as I could tell anybody else no. So I was like, yeah, because I didn't mind. Even if he asked me, I would have said yes. But I don't like them, okay?
You're supposed to.
So he brought, like, they went shopping and they bought food on top of food on top of food on top of food. It was like, I know a good $2,000-$3,000 spent just on food. Well, food and alcohol and other fun time things. But yeah, so he bought, like, all the meats was stored in my deep freezer, like I said. All I had in there was a couple loaves of bread. But other than that, it was empty. And then so they made some of the side dishes over at Holly's house. Jojo, rest in peace, he died. He was a good cook, and he very clean cook. So, like, I was like, I don't want any of the food, but like if I did, I would have ate, that. And then some of the side dishes was made over at my house. Niecy was cooking in my kitchen, and then Jojo was cooking in Holly's kitchen. And so then they had, like, alcohol beverages, liquor of all the kind, beers, pretty much of all the kind. They had like 4 or 5 cartons of cigarettes, which was the party pack. If y'all don't know what a party pack is when everybody smokes out of 1 pack of cigarettes. So they pretty much, Hannah, I cannot hear myself. They pretty much had like a party carton, a couple party cartons, because it was just like, you want a cigarette, you just pick up the pack and get a cigarette. And they had other fun time, like I said, fun time things. And so, with that, I didn't care that they was using my kitchen. I didn't care that they was using my deep freezer. So none of that, I didn't really care. And so then when the food got done, they was like, oh, and so Niecy was like, go on and get you a plate. And I was like, no, I'm okay, I'm straight. And she's like, well, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't need it. She goes, why are you acting like it? And I'm like, acting like what? Well, you acting all, I don't remember what she said. I don't remember how she said I was acting. But she's just like, just go on and get your plate. I'm like, I don't want a plate. And she's like, why? And then, he goes, why? He goes, you let us use your deep freezer. You let us cook some of the food in your kitchen. Like, why? And I was like, well, because I don't like you. And he goes, well, why don't you like me? What did I do? And I was like, well, you know what you did. And he's like, nah, I don't know. And I'm like, you beat up my friend Charlotte. He's like, I don't touch that girl. I don't, like, that girl is infatuated with me. And I'm just like, no, I have never physically seen him. Like, I have never seen him physically hurt her. But I have been on the phone when he talking reckless, like tongue loose. And then all of a sudden the next day, she got on sunglasses. And I'm like, Charlotte, like, let me see your eye. Nah, girl, I got pink eye. Really? You got pink eye? Like yesterday I seen you. You didn't have no pink eye. You didn't have no blue eye. Like, no. Like, really, now you mysteriously got pink eye today. And your eye ain't even pink, it's black. It's not pumped up, but I mean, she got black eye. Okay? I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But if I'm on the phone with you and I hear somebody cussing you out, and I know it's him, because, I mean, Avi, it's him. Okay? He's cussing you out, like real close to the phone, and you, girl, let me call you back, and you hang up. And the next day, you have pink eye. Really? Is that what we're telling people now? We have pink eyes when our eyes are now when we get punched in our eyeballs and our eyes black. It's now pink eye. Okay. And so I liked it. I liked it, Charlotte. Not many people. I mean, she's not a bad person. Like, she's a very sweet woman. And like most people, like, cut jokes at her because she like her eyeballs have weak muscles in them. I think that's the correct medical term, is when a muscle or the muscles in your eyes, when they're weak, they don't stay focused, so they kind of wandered. But that it didn't matter because, like, okay, so her eyeballs are not always looking at you. That don't mean that she's a bad person. She's a very sweet person. Very, very sweet person. Very lovely woman. And so he was mean to her because he came to her house when he's hungry, or when he needs a shower, or when he's tired, or when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? It's like really, like you need her when it's convenient for you, but when it's not convenient for you, then you literally pushing and punching her. No, that's not okay. So he knows that's why I didn't like him. I mean, it was no secret. And so I say that to say this. He knew I didn't like him. And yeah, I could have just, let me get a plate. Just, because. No. It's like, I don't like you on a good day. I don't like you on a bad day, and I'm not going to like you on a good day. And he's like, well, and Niecy's like, well, that ain't got nothing to do. Well, no, it does. Because if I don't like this man, I don't care if he used my freezer. I wasn't charging anybody to use my freezer. My freezer is plugged up and on, regardless if he or if I'm using it. Like, I wasn't doing it for a reward. I was doing it because I'm a nice person. I had room in my freezer. There was no reason for me not to do it. I wasn't doing it to get any of the food and alcohol and fun time treats. If I did, I wasn't doing it for that. So Niecy is like, well, you acting all extra. How am I acting extra? Like, what am I doing that is being extra? What I'm doing is actually not being extra. Because if I don't like you, I'm not going to eat your food. I'm not going to drink your drinks. I'm not going to smoke your cigarettes. And I'm not going to do your fun time treats. That's what I'm not going to do. Because if I do that, I am being fake. I am using. I'm not being genuine. And maybe I wasn't being genuine by not accepting it. But to me, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what? You did good. I'm okay with what I did and how I act.
Stop.
Go down there. Stop. I'm okay with what I did. I'm okay with what I said. Because he knew why I didn't like him. And all he did was just laugh. So, okay. Niecy's like, girl, here. Just take his plate. So I was like, fine. I give it to my mama. My mama was in my... Because this was my apartment. And my mama was in my room watching TV. And so I was like, fine, I'll take it to my mama. So I go in there and I was like, mama, here's your plate. You know, real hamburgers, hot dogs, you know, food. Nice healthy plate. And so I gave it to her. And I said, oh, because like they offered me alcohol. Now they knew I didn't drink alcohol, but I mean they still offered it. And I was like, oh, well, if you want a beer, you know, go out there in the cooler and get one. I'm vetoing my alcohol invitation, and I'm giving it to her. And so she goes out and she starts reaching into the cooler. They, whoa, what's going on, what's going on? And so they're arguing, and she's like, well, Marquita said that I can't. And so I then go out, and they're like, well, nah, you gotta ask. And I was like, well, why? And they was like, nah, this ain't a this ain't just a free for all. Everybody can't just come up. And I'm like, fine. I was like, well, can I have a beer? And they were like, yeah. And so they gave me a beer, and I was like, well, here you go. And I gave it to my mama, because they know I didn't drink. And I mean, they could have skipped the middleman and just gave her one. I mean, she wasn't going in there grabbing the liquor and, you know, just like hogwash. Just reached in to get a beer. And I was just like y'all know I don't drink. Like, they knew I didn't drink. I don't drink. I mean, like, I have before, but like, I don't. Like I said in I think it was the second video, first or second, I don't know, it was one of the videos, that I said that the only time I have drunk was New Year's Day and Super Bowl Sunday. That was the 2 times a year that I drank. This was nowhere near that. I think this was actually summertime when this happened. So no, I don't drink alcohol. And if I did, it wouldn't be beer, because I can't stand the way that beer and wine taste. If I'm gonna drink, I'm going to drink like the hard stuff, like whiskey, rum. And I don't do chasers, and I don't do mixed drinks. Chasers is when you drink something after you drink alcohol, and mixed drinks, well, it's alcohol inside of a drink. So no, like, if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink. I'm not gonna, like, come on now, no. Anyhow, I don't drink, but if I did, I would drink. I wouldn't play around with it. So that was a little extra story inside this, and I hope that y'all like these videos, and y'all have a good rest of the month. Bye.